Ooh. I've honestly never eaten fish and chips in my life. It's not a thing here. We just have Wurst and chips, which is pretty good. We could also distract ourselves by showing off what I did in the shop yesterday, because I did some things. So we're still building this. We are still building the bed. And to build the bed, we need to drill a lot of holes. A lot of them. And to drill the holes, we need a template to DG Saint Glow. We need a template that lets us put the holes in with precision. But then the issue is, how do you hold the template in place? It's still not breakfast time, but thanks for offering. So we need to hold this in place because we need to like drill into the beams. Like we need to drill these two holes. So we need to have something that holds the template in place so we can put these two in precisely. So that's what I did yesterday. So this is the template, and I first needed to make this wooden board here. So you got the real stuff then, huh? Got the proper crowd. Let's see. So I got the rail now, and I got this in place. Ooh, this is loud. It's a little quieter. New Year's crowd. I don't know why I made the camera like so low light. But I have this thing now, and I have the clamps to put it in place. And then I need to make a few cuts here. Hand reveal. I've revealed my hands many times. Can you also please appreciate the trash bag outlet store here? No, not bohren. This is sawing. Zagen. We are zagging. And clamping. You do so much clamping, it's insane. Look, that's my face. I so need a haircut, Jesus. The funniest thing about this thing too is, like, you would like it to go like straight along the edge, but it's not quite there, so you're always sawing off a little bit of the edge to borrow the hair clips, come on. They're sometimes teasing me with trying to braid my hair. I'll give me like a man bun or something. Just go to IKEA. Get out. Get out. I'm getting a haircut on Friday. So Saturday you will see me in my full glory. See how much time I'm spending just aligning the thing? It's insane. This is so boring. I'm even like trying to get some light in there. How short will it be? Very short. Like I'm cutting off like until here maybe. Like this length. Get it all out. Can we finally get this sewing? I like how the trash bag blows up. One-handed sawing. Maybe I should use the circular saw to cut my hair. The clamping would be insane though. I have to do all the clamping. Thumbs up. And then what I did next is I needed to make some drill holes. This is 4K, Jesus. This is so 4K. See my hands in 4K. So then I drilled 2 holes in here so that I can saw into that. And I got a new drill bit. I also need to make another template like this here with a cut-off board there. Put in the drill, get the drill in place. The tough part was aligning it correctly. Again, I need a template with a bigger hole so they can see. And drilling. I'm putting all this stuff in the trash bag. It's a big drill too. Yeah, right. I'm doxing myself in 4K. You can also see me align it while it goes, because it's kind of hard to tell with that big a drill. It's so satisfying too. Put the trash away in the trash bag, which is kind of useless. Maybe next time I'll show you a picture of the floor. It's a mess. Seriously. That brush gets a lot of use too. With my tiny table. It's a tiny desk. So then I'm trying to figure out how to drill that last bit. Or not drill it, saw it. Just clamping stuff in place is a mess. So you can clamp it from the underside. I have so many clamps now. My wife wants me to, like, when I'm done with all this, we want to make like a budget after the fact and see how much money I actually spend. Because I'm pretty sure I spent more money on all the tools as compared to the wood. And that's bad, but now I have tools, and that's good. Clamping, sawing. Finally something interesting. See, this is a bag blow day. Since it's Saint Blow's Day, no, I'm alone in the shop, and that's how it's supposed to be. I'm trying to figure out this other part, and then I figure out I need to like, yeah, this is useless. How did I think that might work? So I need to like factor in the curve of the circular saw. So I think I'm making like a marking of that. I'm just using a lot of tape to align all this. Do it and don't keep it in frame. Because why would you do that? So then you can figure out that you kind of didn't align it properly if you realign it and realign it. So again and again, and then we have these two things. And at that point I figured, well, why don't I just take the router and do the rest with the router? Which is not as precise, but it's so satisfying. So get the router out, which is still jerry-rigged to be always on, which is a safety hazard. I flip out the drill bit, or the routing bit, I guess. And then I'm just routing off the thing. I think I have it on too high, actually. Ugh. Look at that cut. That cut is a crime. So now I'm debating with myself whether I will get it. I need to clamp it again, I think. Next video. So like what? Ugh. See how it's moving? Ugh. That's bad clamping. So I'm clamping it again. But I can keep it steady. Yeah. I just like seeing the zip tie. It's so scuffed. I'm slowly getting better at getting straight cuts with a router. You can't see it though because my camera work is atrocious. Ooh. So this kind of worked. I'm just routing it down until it makes more sense. You'll see camera work. So again, trying to route off the edges. Attempting to put in the template to see whether it fits. It's a snug fit, and it's supposed to be. So that's the thing in woodworking. You can always leave a little extra that you can then sand off or something, which I'm going to have to do. Oh yeah, and then see, this is where I try out putting the beam in. Is that what it's supposed to do? Alright, 16 degrees. Okay. It's also the old template here. So then I'm just sanding down stuff and it's not in frame. Can't see nothing of that. It is better than 35 degrees, definitely. Don't know what I'm trying there. I'm mostly just sending stuff out of frame. Jesus, jump scare. This is no part of the bed. So this is still, again, if I'm drilling all these holes, I need to drill them in a precise pattern so they match up. Because I have to put the screws in here, and then I have to drill 2 holes from the top and put the nuts in there. That was the back of my, what's that called? Stativ. Of my tripod. So I have to drill something into this beam from the top because the screw goes through here, all the way through here, and then in here. So there has to be a nut in this beam, and it has to be in the precise point so that it matches up with this screw. So that's what this template is for. And so this one here. This is all the holes that I'm going to drill. And to mark them with perfect precision, I need to hold the template in place properly. Did we look at this one? So not only do I need this frame, I also need to extend this frame so it aligns perfectly with the wooden beam. I think I'm just sanding off stuff here. Just sanding and sanding and sanding. That was also funny. Everything vibrates. Then I do what? I think just more sanding, really. Just all the sanding. For some reason I didn't find my proper saw. I'm just trying to get out the edges there. So then I needed to attach a few pieces of beam to this. And then in the end, I still don't know whether I will attach it with tape or something else. Maybe I will put like a hold on top or something. Yep, then you can fit the beam in there and then drill the holes. Do I have good pictures? So it looks something like this. This is a beam and then it will fit on here. But to keep it properly in place, this is still like wobbly. So I'm extending this thing with beam pieces, building a U shape out of beams here. And that's the next set of videos. So for that I first have to cut down a beam. And this is also training to make straight cuts, because this saw doesn't go through the beam entirely, which is a shame. It would be so good if I had a larger saw. So this just barely fits. I think at some point the bag also breaks. I think I'm ripping it somewhere. Or maybe the saw rips it or something. So put that in there, flip the beam around, and then get a precise cut. Well, almost precise. I think I'm just sanding down the rest with my new belt sander. Does the bad do anything? What do you mean? What bad? The bag just holds the chips. Kind of. Yeah, the bag just... So there's... See the bag go? The bag just holds the stuff that gets thrown out. So then I'm cutting off the excess of the bore. See, I'm just reattaching the bag. Did I saw that off? Yeah, I did. See all the stuff that goes in there? That would be on me otherwise. And then I try to sand it like this, and I think it goes straight off. Because the belt sander is proper. Like this, yeah. It moves immediately. It's like, nope. But I clamp it in place properly. So then I need to measure 16 centimeters to cut off the excess. It's very boring. And again, the hardest part here is to just hold the guide in place. And I consistently throw off the... See, there it goes. The clamps. Again and again. It looks slightly crooked there. But I'm going to have to cut a few of these beams in half. It will be annoying. So satisfying. I think this was a very good cut. It's almost precisely straight. Yes, thumbs up. Sand it, Now we have two. Did I show the first one? I don't know. Yeah, but the idea is it fits on there. And then I need a last piece, which is 8 centimeters, because the beams are 8 centimeters in width and length. No. Getting another one, sawing that off, clamping it in place is a hassle again. Clamping, clamping, clamping. So I put this in and I didn't hold it properly, and I think I put the saw on top and it just fell off. No, it just fell off by itself. So I had to attach it to the table. And lighting is also an issue. Guten Morgen, you have been on in a while. Jesus, you've missed the entire arc of me building a bed. This is a woodworking stream now. Oh yeah, you saw the beginning of that, the planning stage. But you did not see the working on it stage. We are very professional. At least that's what it says on my tools. There's also a professional brush. A pro brush. So then we have the last piece. And then next. So then I try to hold a beam in place. Attach the pieces so that they align. I figured out, well, I have a hole in here. This is not working. So I put some boards under it. Yeah, it's my most valuable tool, that brush. Again, so the beam pieces go in like this, and then this goes in like this, and it's a very snug fit, so I have to now... I could have just used these, probably, but then I would have to clamp those together all the time. So I wanted to have a very straight and very flat piece for this. Play. So then I'm clamping this in place. Because it has to be very snug. The holes have to be perfect. The one thing that needs to go right. So I'm over-engineering this hopelessly. And just getting everything aligned. If I make a mistake here, we're going to have trouble. So we're just clamping and clamping and clamping. Clamping the other side. And I'm marking a bunch of holes. Because I want to screw those in. I'm actually marking too many holes. And then picking out a drill bit. And then I think next time, because I also need a few screws, and there they are. And they're very long screws too. And I made a mistake here because the screws are 5 millimeters, so I drilled 5 millimeter holes, and I should have drilled 4 millimeter holes. And this is a long drill too. And to get the right depth, we need to put a tape on the drill so we know where to stop, otherwise we would drill straight through. So then I'm drilling a bunch of holes, drilling holes, all the holes. It's a long drill bit too. And here it's kind of not important how straight they are, you just need to go through. It's fine. sanding it, and then I'm putting in a lot of screws. And again, the holes were kind of wrong. So I'm putting in the screws. And you can see how easy they go in. It's kind of... So halfway through I decide, let's put another hole in there. Like in the middle. So these will kind of be the lateral holes. And then the 4mm hole in the middle will be what holds the actual weight. So getting the 4mm hole, drill. Drilling a bunch of more holes, putting more screws. Drill in the screws. See how fit they are. That's what you want to see. They are biting that wood. And then for the last thing, we need to do this part. And here I'm doing only 4mm holes. See, clamping mistake. We need to clamp more. Can never have too many clamps. Oop. Why did I make that a separate video? I don't know. More screws, and they really bite now. Nice. No, they are. It's 6 a.m. We have like 20 minutes until they wake up. Maybe I'll get some programming done. Who knows? I also still have to decide what I'm going to do today, like on the woodworking side. I want to get like an hour in each day. Now we need to unclamp the clamps. Catching up with the clamps. Now for our favorite tool, get the brush. Brush it. Perfect brushwork. So look at this, it holds in place by itself. That's what you want to see, it's a snug fit. It's good. We did a good job. See you tomorrow with more woodworking. Should probably still sand this down a little bit. Yeah, but this is way snug. It's fine. Yeah. The Wood.js framework. Perfect. Ship it. Ship the thing. And we're done. That's all we need to do. A Freemason. See, this is a side shot. See all my drills here. It's fine. And it holds in place perfectly. So today, what am I going to do today? We still need to figure some bits out here. But I think there are a few beams that I could already make, like the 1 meter ones, or these ones. Because for them I only need to drill in the ends. And yeah. I think today I will try this part out, where I take a spare beam and try to make the holes align, because we want the holes to align. That's all we ever want. And if we can make that work, we are like 80% done. Then we just have to do all the things. Drill all the holes. What else do we have to do? I'll do all the routing, I guess. So for these, I would have D1 is, so I would have 6 beams like this that I could already do today if I make this work. So maybe that's what will happen. I still don't know how I will clamp them really. I guess I could clamp them in place on the table and put the template on top, hold the template in place, and clamp the beam to the template, and then do the drilling. Maybe. Yeah, because I would have to do these 10 millimeter holes, and then these 6 millimeter holes. So that might be fine. Oh, I also need to do a list here now. We need a to-do list. To do. We need to with the drill hold. That's our plan for today. Make the drill hold template. And then do as much of this as we can. And it was very satisfying to take all the alignment, because I used to have a not mirrored bit of this. Why did you make a 3D structure of that? Because I can't keep it in my head, basically. I wanted to see whether the alignments work out, so I just did it in Blender. Yeah, that's the reason. Because I'm too stupid to have all this in my head, basically. And just knowing where which beam goes is kind of the important part. Because I have a few beams that are the same size, and they need like D1 is these 3 beams, and then D2 is these 5 beams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have D3, which is these 2. Then I have D4, which holds the framing here. Yeah, so just the woodworking itself is probably like 20% of the time, and it would be even less if I knew what I was doing. So I'm training still. I don't have that much experience with it. I'm building the experience as I go along. So I built this one first. So I sketched out a few things, then I made the 3D model of it, and then I split this up into work steps that I need to do. And this is still unfinished. I'm still figuring out things as I go along. But it's a lot. And it's easy to lose trace here. Especially where which holes go and when you have to drill what. So, yeah, that's the reason. That is the reason. And I still have like 2 or 3 things that I have to be very careful to make them work out. Like sawing these 1 meter beams into splits will be an issue. success is one of the possible outcomes, but it's not guaranteed. Then in the end, I guess I could already make the boards here, which are these, what do you call it? These boards. Still have to make the boards. And I also think I still have to drill or make like a template for these. I'm not quite sure how I'll do that. Because I have one excess piece that I could use for this. But just marking the holes in the right place. Although I could, do I need that? Because I could just measure it. Maybe I want to measure it. I think I'm going to measure it. Because I only have to drill like 2 centimeters here, it's fine. It's fine. I just need to put the dowels in there. I do still need a template for where the dowels go in though, which is these longer beams, like this one. And this is these side bits here. I have to put in the guards, and they have to be properly aligned on top and on the bottom, which is easy here because they're kind of the same. But here I have a long beam and a short beam, and they also need to be in place properly. So maybe I'll make a template for that, or I could just put them side by side and just mark it before I sand it down. Maybe that would be the easiest one. I still, But the distribution is in question, kind of. I'd probably do it with a tape measure, I think. With a tape measure and a ruler. Let's try to fix one last bug. Because I still don't know why am I not getting... Why is this wrong? Why do you not have the thing here?